I'm Michael, and this is Carelifornia. And today is the day, Friday, the last minute of the last hour of the last day. And so far, it doesn't look like either the House or the Senate have come to an agreement on the next round of stimulus packages. But the president, a wild card as always, has vowed to take aggressive action if Congress cannot put together a bill by this weekend. So today we're talking about the things that Trump may pursue to enact via his executive order powers, things primarily like eviction protections, enhanced unemployment benefits, and payroll tax cut. Now this is your 5-minute daily dose, so let's make this quick. But before we do that, if you like this information, if you find it interesting, if you find it helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. In the wake of the stalemate in Congress, the White House has said that they would take aggressive action if the stimulus bill cannot be finalized by the end of this weekend. Trump has said that he would seek to implement unilateral actions without the approval of either the House or the Senate to potentially expand unemployment benefits, to extend a moratorium on evictions, and to implement a temporary payroll tax cut. Additionally, on Thursday, Trump has said that he expects to sign executive orders for student loan repayment as well. Now, some of these things would be pretty easy because they fall within the prerogative of the president's executive order powers, like extending eviction protections or pausing payroll tax cuts. But anything that would have a funding component to it would require authorization from Congress. And this is where executive powers may be severely limited, because without money to back up his orders, it loses a lot of its fortitude. So for example, eviction protections don't really have a funding component to them, but enhanced unemployment benefits or meaningful payroll tax cuts would. The most controversial of Trump's executive orders would be his unilateral expansion of unemployment benefits. Earlier this week, Trump had said that he intends to give people enhanced unemployment benefits via an executive order. Additionally, he said that although he is against giving people the same $600 a week extra benefit, he would be open to a lower amount. He said about the $600 amount, it still worked out well because it gave people a lifeline. Now we're doing it again, he said. They're thinking about doing 70% of the amount. But whatever the amount is, this would be easier said than done. Because although he has the power to issue executive orders, he doesn't wield the power of the purse. It would be up to Congress to allot funds for these extra unemployment benefits. A loophole to this rule would be to utilize untapped money from the multi-trillion-dollar stimulus package that was already authorized earlier back in March. The White House could attempt to divert these funds to pay for additional unemployment benefits, and these kinds of actions would definitely lead to numerous lawsuits and serious opposition from Congress. Nancy Pelosi had said that although she would support the continued extension of eviction moratorium, for other things like enhanced unemployment benefits or payroll tax cut, it would have to go through Congress to be able to get funded. In response to the White House's plan to use the unspent stimulus money, Pelosi remarked, "I don't think they know what they're talking about." Another part of Trump's potential executive orders would be to provide payroll tax cuts to hypothetically allow businesses and taxpayers to take home more of their paychecks. And he has the authority to do this, to temporarily pause payroll taxes, especially as a result of a declared disaster. But he doesn't have the ability to cancel taxes. So although he could put payroll taxes on hold or defer them, at some point in the future, they would need to be repaid or be forgiven by Congress, which again puts his plans contingent upon the actions of Congress, which is always a risky proposition. This would make the prospect of actually getting more money into the pockets of workers unlikely, because it is the businesses who is responsible for withholding the correct amount of tax. So in the case of payroll taxes are paused, but not guaranteed that they will be forgiven, any additional money that was paid to employees would be recouped either out of the employees or the businesses' pockets if Congress did not forgive them. So it is much more likely that companies would just withhold the normal taxes from employees just in case they don't get forgiven. And it's also not clear if Trump could force companies to give the money to their employees, meaning that most employees probably would not see any of that money as a result of this executive action, really defeating the whole point. Overall, I think this is an interesting tactic that the White House has chosen. Unfortunately, it's typical of the Trump administration in that it seems a bit short-sighted, off the cuff, and not really well planned out. It might just be an expedient way for Trump to gain some political brownie points before the next election, but it doesn't resolve the legitimate concerns that both the House Democrats and Senate Republicans have about what is the best way to provide stimulus to the American people. but we still have maybe 48 hours for Congress to avoid having to deal with any of Trump's executive orders if they can pass a next stimulus package. And I think we can all agree it would be better if they can work out a deal before that time comes. This has been your 5-minute daily dose, and I hope that you found it interesting or helpful or at least useful. And if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. Also, we here at Carelifornia, we know health insurance. So if you have any questions about your health insurance, leave those down below. We'll be happy to make a new video or a new post as soon as we can. Now, other than that, I'm Michael, and this is Carelifornia, wishing you a happy, healthy day.